And we are live for the second time. Hopefully, this is working. Is it working?
It's all good. It's all
We are
good.
live. Me and Copley with another week's show, and we're joined by the positional masterclass, Javid or Dreal, whatever you'd like to call him. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing really well, thank you for asking. Thank you for having me on. I'm due a rant, so this is the perfect platform for that.
David loves the rant, doesn't he?
I love
He
ranting.
actually is brilliant. I was so excited as soon as you said yes. I was like, oh, let's just rant.
I've got a lot to say, so hopefully we can fit it in the next 30 minutes or so.
I believe we can. Let's start with your year. What you've been doing so far this year, mate, and what's going on?
Well, 5v5. As soon as 5v5 was announced, I just had to say, you know what, we're going to chalk this year.
Just going to write it off.
Then teamed with some very interesting characters, chalked this year. Went to Vegas, chalked that as well.
Years are going quite well.
So you had a great start.
Fantastic. Yeah, so hopped around a few teams. Pretty much been non-existent. Chalked the year again. And now I've been picked up by Louis CM. Grateful for the opportunity. I was genuinely just drifting around doing absolutely nothing in my life. So I'm teaming with Louis CM, Deck, Jambo, and we've got a new fifth. And we're just grinding for CWL London. I've got all this time, so I might as well try and attempt to qualify for champs again. But if I don't qualify for champs, then it's not a big issue. I mean, the year's already been chalked.
Yeah,
Anyways.
it's different this year as well, how it's done anyway.
That's pretty much the only goal
Yeah.
for most people who didn't make the league is just champs. I suppose that's all. Obviously London, but that's that's just setting yourself up for champs essentially. That's all it is to play for.
If you're good at this game, and if you're good at 5v5, then it just doesn't count really. I'm afraid. Just getting the thing.
So obviously you said you have a new fifth. What happened? What happened with Big Frim J?
So people know we were playing with Frim J. He's a quality player. Don't get me wrong. He's a very, very good player. But you get to a point with every single team where you hit your skill ceiling, where things just go wrong. Where no matter what you're trying, how many times you go over stuff,
changing roles, and you do silly things like that all the time.
Yeah, we change specialists, roles, all of that nonsense. It got to a point where if we want to compete with the better teams in Europe, we're going to have to make a change. We're going to have to bring some fresh face in.
Yeah.
New play style. Unfortunately for Jack, we felt like we can change him over, and he'll help improve the team. We'll see tonight. We'll have a good go. We'll see if things change.
Do you have like a list of the top? Can you give us like a top 3 to 5 that you want in?
I can't really give you a list.
Obviously, my name's in there. We'll throw that out there. Obviously.
We are playing with Trance. Trance he's been good on this game. So I don't know what happened with him and his team.
I heard he wasn't happy. He was ranting to people as well.
Yeah, Trance likes a rant.
He loves it, doesn't he? Built up. He's got all his anger built up in him for a small man.
Yeah, so I can't really comment on their team situation, but he wanted to come play with us. We said, we needed a change, and we felt like we can play with someone as aggressive as him, someone as a crackhead as him. So,
yeah, cause that's what you need. Just who can run around the fastest.
It's so you don't need to be the smartest. You just need to be mechanically skilled.
It's what made me even worse than I already was. Not that I was ever going to pro anything, but I was only thought I could like keep up with people because I was smart. And then this game come out, and that meant absolutely nothing, and you needed to be quick and thing, and that just completely killed me off. I was just saying that.
It blows my mind how people can sit there with 5v5 and genuinely believe this game is competitive. If you think this game is competitive, you need a long, hard think in the mirror. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and have a think. Am I right, or am I just being stupid?
Oh no, it's atrocious, isn't it? It's actually so bad.
We've got stim, we've got shot punching. Yeah, because shot puncher takes a lot of skill.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the worst things for me when I did. Like, I literally played about a week at the start, and that was one of them I couldn't keep up with. That's just awful. Like, it's just not good at all.
We've got specialists, 5v5. The maps are atrocious. The game is colourful, so therefore it is better than World War II. That's it. The game is colourful. Yeah, no disrespect, but bloody just some of the people who are just really good at this game. So you need to.
I played like playing S&D at the start, like 4v4, it just seemed like instantly so much better than, and then as soon as you added another person, another 2 people on the map, it was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's
Absolute
like the maps aren't built for
so bad.
5v5
No,
either.
well, it wasn't even like it wasn't even built for 5v5.
Yeah, in my opinion, for a COD game to be good, it needs to have a good balance of mechanical skill and strategic skill and teamwork.
Yeah.
This game is all mechanical and trading. There's no strategy involved.
Yeah.
For example, last year on World War II and then Infinite Warfare to some extent, when we qualified for champs, we had to put in the research on our teams, the different strats. We had to go over strats, how we're going to play situations, for example, stuff like that. On this game, there's absolutely no point in doing that because you just 5-man hit everything. S&D has to be the worst thing I've ever seen on any esports. It's even worse than Fortnite.
I'm honestly
Fortnite is
so
not
glad
esport.
people are like pointing it out now because I
It
haven't played
is.
at all this year, obviously. And I used to, even when I didn't play, I used to just enjoy like chilling my S&D tournaments, even just playing with like friends. But now I can't even do that. I can't even go on for a league play game because it's just not fun. The
Yeah,
game is literally so bad.
Although like every year it kind of seems to like S&D just gets worse and worse. At least last year, like we could sit and play like a World War II tourney, 3v3, and be like, well, we can enjoy it, you know, like do some little bits and bobs and have some fun. This year it's just like, all right, what are we gonna do this round? Headbutt B, pretty good idea. This. We'll go headbutt the other bomb site this time.
Like it's just so, I don't know. I don't even enjoy watching it at this point, to be honest.
It blows my mind when people sit there and say this game is fun to play and fun to watch. I love COD. I am someone who wants to see COD esports succeed so much. But I cannot sit there and watch this COD. It's so hard when I'm trying to watch VODs or streams of games. It's just so I don't like sitting there and watching the game. I think it's utter shit. Just as well. I think World War II was more enjoyable.
I couldn't agree with you anymore, to be honest. I don't enjoy watching it this year. It's another reason why I'm not too bothered now. I don't play about going to events because I don't want to sit and watch the game. It's just not really my type of game. I understand some people might have just out of the blue got better, which a lot of people have. Like a lot of people that I know weren't very good like on other games or like random became good this year. And obviously they're going to defend this game because they're good at it. That's pretty much what it is. So people who didn't used to be good are good now, and they're obviously not going to say the game's shit because they're good on it. So it's just like one big repetitive argument. But
even
for
then,
me,
there's a lot of pro players, a lot of top players in the scene in Europe as well. I think you've seen Dave's rant. Dave is one hell of a player. I think you've seen Cammy MVP on Twitter, one hell of a player. They will agree as well. This game, you don't have to be good or bad. Skill is irrelevant in regards to someone's opinion on a game. And I think, regardless if you're a pro player or not, I think this game competitively is absolutely awful. I think World War II was a better competitive game than this.
100%.
But I think this game is fun to play when it comes to pubs. It is. It's more, you can sit here and play Black Ops 4 for hours, just not competitive. I think World War II is a better competitive game, but this is a better game, like a more fun game to play.
Yeah, and this game's got obviously,
competitive.
This game's got Blackout as well, so that saved it a lot. Like, how many people have stopped playing COD just for that? I know it's not actual, but it's another reason people love it.
Yeah, like IW as well. Like you could play pubs for hours on that game. Personally, I thought this is like a glorified IW to me. Absolutely awful. But you could sit there and IW play pubs because it was like that faster paced pubs is more enjoyable. World War II pubs are so dull.
Yeah.
Like the game itself to play, like you could literally take something away from each day that you played. This day is just like you just come on every day and it's just repetition. It's just like, well, what is the point right now?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Black Ops 4 would be a very, very good game if it was 4v4.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have played 4v4, like S&D Challenge.
Yeah, the start of the game is so much better.
Very, very good. The maps are made perfectly for the first time in COD Esports' entire history, we've got maps that are good for 4v4. So what do they decide to do? Let's add another person on the map. Let's add
another two people, yeah. 3 months before the game comes out, we'll just
clutter it up a bit more.
And we're playing the smallest maps personally that we've seen. Frequency is the smallest map that I can.
Another thing I don't think we've spoke about. We spoke about 5v5 on the show properly in the past, but then I don't think we spoke about the fact that literally the game was actually made when it was already made, and then that added 5v5. I don't think we spoke about that. It's just that like anyone, even if you don't play a competitive game, anyone will know that is dumb. You don't make a map for a certain amount of people and then add an extra 2 people.
Yeah, without a doubt.
David and the lads must have been sat there and been like, you know what? Let's spice it up. We're going to add 2 extra people on the map and see what happens.
It's mind blowing when you think about everything that MLG and Activision and whoever the hell is running this, a lot of stuff that they've messed up upon. If you create a list, it's mind blowing how they're still in business. To be honest with you, we've got
Yes.
5v5, right? A fundamental mechanic in Call of Duty is the amount of players on the map. That is fundamental, right?
Yeah.
A month before the game drops, they decide, you know what? For COD Esports, we're going to add 2 more players to the map. That and there's no prior testing, there's no prior warning. So there was a lot of COD. There's a lot of sort of grassroots organisations who wanted to come into COD Esports because they thought, okay, Black Ops 4 is going to revive the scene. I don't know if you guys remember everyone saying Black Ops 4
Yeah.
is going to be everyone's going to be successful.
Look at Black Ops 2, look at Black Ops 3. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
it.
and
We're
those
back.
guys
We're
giving
back.
hype. Yeah,
He wasn't even doing anything with. He was doing all Blackout, wasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Blackout
thing
is
is,
not.
with us in the scene, because we're already rooted in COD Esports, we heard about 5v5 through other people. I'm sure you
Yeah.
both probably did. I'm sure the
Yeah.
viewers. But hearing something like hearsay is irrelevant when you're a company, when you're a business, and when you're trying to invest and you're trying to plan for the future of COD Esports, and you want to invest into COD Esports, and you don't have a bloody clue if it's going 4v4 or 5v5 because there's nothing solid until 3 or 4 weeks before the game is released. That is an absolute shambles, and whoever came up with that needs to get fired because that's not acceptable for organizations, grassroots organizations in the scene. We need as much sort of organization and planning as possible in esports for this club to grow. We're already changing metas every few weeks, and events are getting announced 3 or 4 weeks before they actually happen, and that's not going to help COD Esports whatsoever. We've got COD Esports changing something as fundamental as the amount of people on the map 3 weeks before the game's released.
Yeah.
That's putting off all these companies trying to invest into COD. So, all right, okay,
Yeah.
how can we invest in something that's so sort of volatile, so inconsistent? It's just
Yeah, and it is inconsistent. Like the viewership over the past few years has showed that. Like it's so hit and miss.
it blows my mind how Activision and MLG people genuinely sit there and think if we make competitive the same as we make pubs, that'll force Billy Bob 249 to play competitive. Therefore, that will increase viewership. No, what
That's
you've
just
done is you
makes
bunch
no.
of
Yeah.
idiots. What you've actually done is you've reduced the amount of grassroots organizations into your scene, thus reducing the funding and the investment into your scene and the exposure. They don't bloody realize it's like a positive feedback cycle. You help the grassroots COD scene, you get more exposure, you get more companies investing, you get more people playing, more people creating content, streaming, and it grows and grows and grows and grows. But then,
Yeah.
you know what? You've seen this year, there's a lot of players who've quit. A lot of players.
Oh yeah,
Wanna
they
play.
just need to go back to 4v4, but now they won't, obviously,
They
because
can't. I don't think they can.
yeah,
No.
yeah, that's what I mean.
It's just it just blows my mind how they can think just because it's the same as pubs, we're going to get record viewership numbers and it's going to help the amateur scene. It might it might be good for now, but later down the line, if they still adopt the same format, who's going to replace the future pros? There's no incentive to play. All these players are quitting. Look at some of these good players like Reedy's quit, Theory's quit, quite a few other players like Happy's quit. Oh, I can name a lot more, but kind of.
I think it all goes down to like just communication is like key in anything, like any business or anything. And the fact that they've not communicated with anyone and just dropped it on everyone's heads. It's like these top organisations are paying a lot of money to each of these players a month. They've now got to pay like an extra whole person on top of it. All the other stuff like housing or whatever benefits, whatever they've just dropped it on them and be like, right, by the way, this is what we're gonna do now. Hope you're okay with it.
Yeah, there was
It's
no
just-
thought process behind the full thing, really.
Doesn't make sense. I don't know if you saw my tweet a couple of days ago about the guy on Reddit.
Oh, I saw it, but I didn't actually read it. I did see it.
Absolutely, it brings a
Nail on the head, did he?
yeah, pretty much. I'll try and find it now. So basically, his point is, yeah, the people at the top, they'll be fine. Franchising is good for the 0.1%.
Yeah.
You'll have job security, you'll have X, Y, and Z. You'll be fine. But then, what about the little guy? What about the people in the grassroots? What about the amateurs? What about the second tier of competition? If you're stripping away the second tier of competition and the amateur scene, how are you going to sustain the guys at the top? What's the point?
Um,
Yeah, they just
They
isn't.
just like everyone like relates it to like CS:GO and like League and stuff. Oh, it works there, but like you can't just
You cannot do that.
like, oh, it works there. Let's just forget everything we've done for like however many years, change it up, and just hope it works. Like we've already had like this. I'm pretty sure this year there's less events already. Like we don't know when. I don't know if they've announced when LCQs are going to be for champs. I don't know if that's
when they announce the event, which Javid said earlier, how late they do it. Like they don't give anyone any warning. They don't give anyone like time. They're saying that they have done that in the past as well, but at least there was more events. Like you knew at Insomnia there'd be COD, etc.
And they're shutting.
Whereas now they just don't.
They're shutting off the like your Insomnias. I think what was the Spanish one, Javid? Do you know? Not the CTP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've said that they're not allowed to do it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're also not giving us events, and they're not letting other people give what the scene wants, events, what the lower down scene wants. Like, we want events. Everyone loves an event, regardless. You're a competitor, you're an average player, and you just like events. Like everyone likes it, but they're just not allowing it. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, and Activision also run the Overwatch League. Activision Blizzard also run the Overwatch League, and if they what they're trying to do is they're trying to implement Overwatch's league system onto COD. And if that's going to happen and they successfully do implement that, it's going to be so bad for the European grassroots scene. Yeah, people say there's contenders and there's academy teams. That's a pile of horseshit. But it's bad for when it comes to events on who can run events. They're making it so much harder because there's a rule in Overwatch, right, for the Overwatch esports, where if you're not part of the Overwatch League and you want to run an event, you're not allowed to be sponsored by any companies that promote apparel. So let's say Armor Centrum's not allowed to headline your event. You're not allowed energy drink sponsors, soft drink sponsors, payment services, computer monitors, CPUs, and graphics cards.
So yeah, I know that because when I played Overwatch, like where you talked about going to events and there was just pretty much no chance. Like at a lower level, like not really low, but like you say, Javid, like that level when I played Overwatch, there's pretty much no events because of that reason. It's just stupid.
Look at EEG Malta, right? They have some sponsors like GT Omega, I believe. I don't know exactly, but let's just say they're sponsored by GT Omega. GT Omega have given them some cash to run an event. So good that they've done that because they've got a lot of the amateur scene involved. If they implement this system, this Overwatch system next year and the year after or whatever, that won't happen. The LVP won't happen. CTP won't happen. It will just be CWL, contenders, academy teams. That's it. And everyone knows how shit the academy team system and the contenders really is because it's just. So that's a rant for another day. But
yeah,
we'll do that on part 2.
All these people who like love COD are just gonna be sat here like, well, like what is? Give me one reason. Give me one. Like, there's not even like, oh, you love COD. That's not even like. At least this year we've got London. People have like come back and been like, you know what? It's going to be a good event. I'm going to try and play, get whatever. Even just go to the event. Like, they're just going to take all of that away. It's just going to be like, you're just going to be sat here. Just what is the fucking point?
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it real because franchising serves the American region more than it does Europe and Australia. Look at the Australian scene; it's dead. Look at the European scene; we're about to die, or we are dead. And no offense to people coming up on this game, absolutely no offense whatsoever. But let's look at your national winners, right? Let's say they win every single bloody event, open bracket event this year. Do you honestly believe that American franchise players will look to Europeans first, or would you think they look to their own American counterparts first? So if you were Zuma, right? Yeah, he's got scraps and Trey, but let's say like he wants to build a team, he'd look at Americans first. He'd look at players he knows first. Like them franchises will look at. I don't mean Zuma specifically. I mean them franchises themselves. In my opinion, would look at Americans first. And what I've heard is it's like a tight knit circle and a tight knit clique.
Yeah.
And how is a European gonna break into that circle? Because
you can't. You never meet them because you're not going to events anymore. Not even if you did meet them, it wouldn't be like you're like friends. It's just how are you gonna ever play with them? It's just like it's just not gonna happen realistically.
You all these newer names who have less, who are not as big as your Mad Cats or your Alexes or your players like that. Americans, if they were to consider European players, you better believe they consider players like Alex, Mad Cat.
Yeah, because they've knew them for years and stuff. Yeah, 100%. They've met them. They know them. They know they've played at a top level. Why would they care about someone who they've never heard of?
Yeah. So I think it'd be extremely difficult for any European to break into the franchise. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's rather difficult.
Yeah, like
Look at-
Dylan's on it, but like,
That's a European team, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was going to say like, I'm not saying there should be more of that, but realistically, if you look at everything else, there probably is more chance or opportunity for someone like that to get their shot at least, or do something. Like here, you've had him, but that's about it.
Yeah, look at the players left in Europe. Look at the talented names left in Europe. Right, Madcat, Alex. Let's say Alex for the time being, because everyone knows the rumors. Nolson, people on Team Quicker. Look at all them talented teams. They should be in the Pro League. Statistics back up their performances as well, but whether they are or whether they won't be, it just depends on who they know or if they want to take the risk.
How brown's their tongue?
Yeah, it literally is.
Yeah, I don't want to mention names, but you see some European pro players mention on Twitter that you need to make sure your tongue is brown. You need to make sure you are cuddling up to some of these players. Yes, you need to be good, and yes, if you're good enough, you can make it, but it'll be so difficult for Europeans. So look at Australians. Look at Mind Freak.
They've got like 3 teams playing, I think, that are like that I could name off my head.
Yeah, look at Luca. Look at Shocks. Look at some of these fucking
unreal players, and they've pretty much got no chances. Doing anything.
I'm not going to see an Australian on a Pro League team. No offense. Soon,
yeah.
Be any Europeans.
And I mean, all the European teams are jetted off anyway.
Yeah.
They're just preparing, like.
Yeah.
So, to round that up, stream, the scene is shit at the minute.
Oh, don't get me started on the amateur scene. The amateur scene is terrible. You're all a bunch of burgers, right? Everyone, I see on Twitter every single day on my timeline, people complaining about egos, people complaining...
Yes, oh.
Right, let me talk about this like real
circles.
Quick.
Oh, jeez.
We'll make this quick before the Blackout Challenge.
Right.
Here we go.
Right. Put this into perspective, right? Everyone left in the European amateur scene and the American scene. Let's put everyone in a list. Who's at the top? We've got people like Gunless at the top. We've got people like Scraps and the Pro League players, right? And we keep going down, keep going down, keep going down, keep going down the list, right? Then you've got the top amateur players and the bottom Pro League players, right? Your Lightning Pandas, your SNGs, Giants, whatever. And then further down, let's keep going, all the way down. Keep going, keep going. You guys, right? Listen to me. You've done nothing in your COD career, bar win a few maps, right? I'm going to keep this real. Why the hell are players like you going around with some weird entitlement, right? Because you win a few maps in a scrim where you think you deserve to be on a salary with full funding, right? There's a couple of players I see on Twitter like that. People ripping each other for scrims, right? Scrims are there for practice, you bunch of idiots. There's a reason why you're at the bottom. Use your scrims to practice, yeah? Sort that mentality out. COD isn't just all about how good you are on the stage. You've got to be mentally strong. And some of these players get gassed after winning a map in a scrim, and then they start ripping each other and start getting toxic. And then, once they've done all of that, they start crying on why nobody wants to play with them. Guys, you guys are Ford Fiestas compared to the Ferraris and Rolls Royces at the top, yeah? You're a genuine, reliant Robin, you guys at the bottom. You need to realize when you play these top players, when I play teams like Rise and teams like that, you realize, bloody hell, we actually do suck. If I suck at this game, God forbid, you guys must be even worse. And you need to realize that. The sooner you realize how bad you are at a game compared to the people at the top, and you compare yourself to Formal and Gunless and Crimsix and Scum, because we're in a global league and we are competing against them, once you realize and put your egos in the bin and you start getting disciplined, you might actually improve. But it's a waste of time anyway, because COD Esports is going down the shitters. Just go to Fortnite.
Get in the Fortnite World League. Get it in.
Yeah, go play the Fortnite World Cup. Well, that's Javid's very passionate rant about the AM scene, but sadly, we're going to have to move on to the Blackout Challenge.
In terms of Fortnite kind of stuff, we have Blackout, Javid.
Yeah, see.
So unfortunately,
now we'll get to watch this.
We lose Luke's face for a few minutes, unfortunately.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, Luke, for a second. But Javid, the leaderboard so far, we've actually got Steve Vortex at the top. Why is he teaming with Luty, by the way? He's on 6 kills. Tommy's in second with 5. Chris Tunn is in 3rd place with 2 kills. HJ's in 4th with 0 in 55 seconds, and somehow Dave is on 0 kills in 44.
Yeah, he's in the chat. Dave's in the chat.
Oh shit! Dave got 0 kills in 44 seconds. So, Javid, how it works, you get 1 game. We're in a duo, so we're already in my lobby. We're smart over here, we set it up.
Yeah, I love it.
You drop straight in, I die, you're level 3, you do not play much Blackout, you're not wrong. And then if you want, you can have a double or nothing game where you risk it all and go again. But,
okay.
obviously, just see how you do. Have you got a game plan? Aggressive first game, balls to the walls, or are you going to do the PMC position?
Just firing range, Javid, guaranteed yourself a kill.
I don't know where.
Yeah, Seals. We had to change it up because Tom changed the game when he had 4 or 5 attempts and still is only second. But yeah, Dave says don't risk it at all. It didn't really work for him. Dave, you lost to HJ. That's impressive.
Firing range is the place to go, Javid.
Right, so I watched my idol John P play. He was against Andy Hayes in the KFC final, but Andy Hayes utterly bottled it. I'm going to adopt John P's strategy of just sitting in the corner for about 10 minutes.
A bit of PMC for you.
Wow, this is a lot.
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed. Well, you're the only one on screen now, Javid. So congratulations.
Oh, God, no,
I'm going to mute myself. Luke's gonna talk to you whilst I cast over your excellent Blackout gameplay.
There's a bullet drop on this Blackout, right?
I don't want to give you tips, but a smidgen. Just shoot, Javid. Shoot your gun, and you'll be good. Right, I'm gonna mute. Luke will talk you through it. Enjoy, Javid. Enjoy.
Pretty much, Javid. If you land somewhere popular on your first go, then even if you do get a few kills and die, you can't have another go. So that's can go for a more aggressive play in the first one, and then.
Right, stream. Tell me if they are quiet enough.
I'd recommend either Barnes, Firing Range, or Rivertown, but it's up to you. If you do want to play like John P, then I mean.
Where's the Barnes? Where's that?
The one in front of you, like red.
So yeah, as I said, Dave.
Range,
Dave, you had a bad day, so it's alright. It all happens to all of us, doesn't it? You're a super seducer, Dave, through and through. Been enjoying that, by the way. Been enjoying it.
I believe. Well, that is a good,
We still haven't had someone die before me get out of the map.
I think you've played less Blackout than anyone we've had on the.
Oh, the Blackout was terrible, mate. I genuinely didn't like it.
And Javid, you can see him floating through the sky. Look at him go. Beautiful stuff. Alright, just making sure. Right, Javid has landed. The eagle has landed. Oh, he's not going to get a gun, is he? Gonna be one of them ones.
No.
we could have another HJ game. Oh, there we go. The AR player picking up the sub. Interesting stuff here. Javid did say beforehand stream that he doesn't actually know how to play in terms of picking stuff up. Like the very basics, he does not know what he's doing. So I will be very, very surprised if he gets more than 4 kills. I reckon he's got the raw talent to get a couple. But also after. So Javid. Do you want another game, Javid?
No, honestly, I don't think I'll do any better. Genuinely, I don't.
No, you will. Right, you're gonna have one more go. And
you got one more go, Javid. You've got this.
You're gonna land firing range, and you're gonna get a kill. I believe.
I think, Dave. You say let's get it. I think that was longer than 44 seconds. So
no, I think that's I like if you haven't played, I think that's the worst thing because obviously you have no you literally have no clue of the map. Like you literally haven't played it. Whereas firing range, you're literally putting yourself in a place where there's loads of loot and loads of people. So
we're hopping straight back in, Javid. He did this longer than Dave. Yeah. Also, you got melted by the way. You died in 3 bullets. That whatever that was.
I'm so hindered, Dave. The one king of the maps. You're the biggest joke I've ever played. Bullets are going through your head. Billy is killing me by shooting the wall.
I saw the clip of Dave hip firing on the playlist.
Oh. I lost full. Genuinely lost absolute Shanima.
What would you say is worse, that or the movie star host?
Five man on host. Oh my. Man's are huddling before they get knocked out of the blanket. I'm crying.
Oh. Right, good luck, Javid. Think you got to beat AJ. 55 seconds you got to survive for, and that's it. You're guaranteed fourth spot. Huh?
Then I'm on top. Like what? So the longer I stay alive, the higher I get up in the rankings, right?
Well, so say you join kills with someone, we'll go off who got the kills quicker.
Or if we all have 0 kills, then it's just
Yeah, then it's on time. Dave
yes,
lasted 44 seconds. AJ lasted 55.
I'm hiding at the map then.
Right, good luck, Javid. You've got this. All right, you've got this.
How long did I last on my first attempt?
I'm gonna go with 1 minute and 5 seconds. Luke will time this one for you and give us an exact time.
I will. Thanks, Cop. I forgot.
That's okay. Start it, and well, you start it when you can see him. All right, good luck, Javid. Right. Dave, you may be unlucky. I said 4 kills, but after that, I don't know. It's looking slow for Javid, isn't it? It's looking very slow. Just got to get myself out the map. Oh, I need to bring out the parachute out first. Let me do it. There we go. Ah! Turn me. Turn me. Alright, we're good. We're out. As you can see, Javid said he's going for a firing range drop. Interesting. Don't know why Luke's told him to go there, because Javid does not have a clue. I can see this, Dave. You know what? I reckon someone's getting less than you.
Expect big things.
Picks up the Maddox, the trusty Maddox. He got armor. He didn't get armor last game either, and that is a big factor. You can hear that. Oh, he's got the shotty Maddox, little naughty little combo. Looking to own the firing. Oh my god, this is it, isn't it? This is it. Dave, you're in luck. Dave,
Never mind.
you're in.
Guys, I've died again. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I think that was less than 44.
I forgot you can heal.
Yeah, that one. No, that was 48.
48! Oh, yes!
Yes! Ah. God, I'm not that bad. Oh, wow.
Oh, God. Oh, what a day. Oh, I can't even type. There we go.
Love it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I didn't. I forgot you can heal.
Well, it wasn't bad. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Dave, that is the official time. There is no doubting Luke's abilities.
Luke's iPhone.
Luke's iPhone, exactly.
Yeah, so Dave got 44.
You slotted 4 seconds longer than him, but you did lose to AJ, so you slot on at a 5th. You're a top 5. You're a top 5 gamer.
No. My first attempt.
But basically, it's a risk it all a game. The second one. So you could have got 10 kills. Yeah, that's how it happens. It's a risk it all.
I didn't want to risk it all. I've been peer pressured. I've actually just been peer pressured.
You went from 4th to 5th, so it wasn't that bad. How did Dave's time? 44 seconds. You know what, Catalyst? You can watch it on our YouTube channel. There you go. That's how you can find out every week how everyone went on.
Command, yes.
Doesn't Dave play a lot of Blackout?
He stopped. He's more of a super seducer kind of guy, isn't he now?
Yeah, I don't know what that game
and
is.
the Rocket League. It is funny. I'll give it to him. It is quite funny. Right. Anyway, moving swiftly on. We're going to the rapid fire Q&A. Luke's face will be back soon. So Javid, you basically have 2 options. You either or you're all. You give me the answer. Bada bing, bada boom. But it's just basically 10 questions, rapid fire. You have choice 1, choice 2. You just give me your answer.
Okay.
Very simple. And then chat afterwards. We'll be hopping into the chat Q&A. So if you want to get your questions ready for Javid, get them going, and we'll start cracking straight through them. Right, Javid.
Yeah.
iPhone or Android?
Android.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Comedy or thriller?
Comedy.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Fortnite or Apex?
Apex.
YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
And the big one, money or free time?
Oh, money, definitely.
All about them dollar bills. Right.
Money and buy time.
Oh, there it is. You got enough money, you got enough free time.
Exactly.
There it is. Right, Luke, welcome back to the stream,
Good to be back.
to the
It's good
world.
to be back.
Right, chat, get your questions in for Javid. I'm actually gonna kick it off because that's what I do. Javid, I want your top 3 players who have done well / come up on this game that are gonna fall off next year. Just put them on the table.
Right, I'm gonna have to open up the COD wiki here, guys. Just bear with
Not
me.
people that are necessarily like got a bit better that I'm gonna do as well, but people who've like come up and then next year you just reckon, yeah, you got it.
But see, it's hard to compare because we don't know how next year's gonna be.
Okay, saying the game's gonna play like a World War Two.
Oh fucking! Anyone who got better than top 8 in the 2D. Simple as. Anyone who's won the Nats.
Right, I want 3 names.
3 names. The entirety of Lagoon Gaming. The entirety of Nation of Power. Who did I smoke last year?
Nation of Power.
I smoked.
Oh,
yeah, the Americans. I smoked Naga Fennec and go back to fucking top 80 or whatever it was. Who else? The Italians, because Italy, yeah, every single person from Italy. Movie Star Riders, Yako, Tal, who else? You,
Oh.
Ibra, who's not got a wiki page?
Andy Hayes.
Wait, let me look at the top 8 and let me see who's not got a wiki page. If you don't have a wiki page, I'm afraid you're on that list.
So I asked for 3 names, but we got quite a few.
Harry, Fusions, Lumbas, Nasty, Control, Jambo, Frim, Ibra, Calicious, Puri, Hayes, Ryzen, Felon, Calicious, Sonny, Voltrix, Magab, Madrill, drop there. Them Spanish under 18 cunts, man. Oh, fuck them. Black Claw, I think they call the entirety of them.
Sound like Eric and Kaboo.
So we're going with 80% of the team, it seems like.
I'll be back though, Javid. I'll be back.
Right, chat.
Before people start sending.
Chat, get your questions in. It sounds like Javid's just everyone need beat in a game or a fight, exactly.
What were you thinking when you qualified for champs last year, Javid?
I thought, thank fuck for that, because I had a really bad start to last year. I had a very, very bad start. I was stuck on a team where we couldn't change a player because of contracts. And I wanted to quit. I decided I'll give it another shot. Persevered. Played with Dens, Nevo, Dylan.
Solid team.
Yeah, this was when Dens left us for Vitality, so we picked up Dylan, not really expecting much. It was such a relief qualifying for champs, but we were so sad as well because Giants deserve to be there, genuinely. 4 super talented players. Obviously, Brian, Toho, Yako legend. So it was a bittersweet moment.
Yeah. Catalyst asks, I like this question. Who do you think is the COD burner / obviously some people speculate there's a couple of people in it.
I think it's Mark. I don't know why, but I think it's Marky B. I've got a feeling it's Big Mark. It's just I don't know him personally, but just look at the guy. He seems the type of guy to move that way.
No, I don't see Mark doing that. But the Coburn's been pretty poor this year, I feel like, compared to last year.
Yeah, he's fell off.
It's like I'm getting like I see some of the tweets. It's like, oh, this could happen, or maybe this. It's like, well, make your mind up. You're the one with the intel.
Yeah, if it's not Marky B, then it's definitely one of the players. It has to be one of the players. So
it's got to be a coach or player.
Someone's when they quit, they're just be like, by the way, I was the fucking cob burner. I hate you all. That's it.
What AMs should go full time in streaming?
Pardon? What was the question?
Seal said, what AMs should go full time streaming?
Every single amateur, genuinely every single amateur. Branding and streaming and content creation is so neglected in COD for some reason. I don't understand why. Look at these players who've not qualified for the Pro League. Run the stream grind. That's the best advice I can give for any COD player who's not in the Pro League. Just focus on building yourself as a player. There's so much to COD than just being in the Pro League. You can earn a lot from just creating content and building your brand.
It's literally so true.
Indeed. And join the Eels. We've become an eel.
Yeah. How
Uh,
many times? I'll let you go, Copley.
Louis said, "How many times did Javed lose to me last year?"
You know what? I lost to him about 100 times. But the thing is, I lost to him a week before I placed top 20 with the highest KD at Anaheim. Then I lost to him before I qualified for champs. I lost to him before I won the National 3, Stage 3. I lost to him before I won Stage 4. So I think I need to lose to him more often, to be honest with you.
Your
I
team
wouldn't
now, you
say
can't
Louis.
lose to him. You need to find
You
your
have-
new Louis CM to lose to before events.
Yeah, there it is.
Catlis asks, I like this. What? Brilliant. What do you think of Copley being 3-0 against Brain on LAN? Just facts, really.
Are you actually?
I am 3-0 against him. Ghosts, World War 2, and this game.
We have to chalk off Ghosts.
Oh, that was brilliant.
The one for World War Two, that was actually, you beat him with Briggs, right?
Briggs, Disarray, and Looty.
Yeah, no, we have to give you props for that. Genuinely have to give you props for that. I don't know how you managed that. And then the third time, what was it?
It was like a 5v5 GB tourney at
We chalk
at Fort Worth. So I'm 1-0 up against him.
1-0.
It's better than nothing.
He's an incredible player. So
Yeah, he is
we
really
take
good.
Pride in that.
Who's winning CWL London, Javed?
It's hard to say because we don't know what the bloody rosters are for most of these teams.
Yeah.
I know that's a problem.
I mean, we know the phase one, I think, because they were screaming wreck and someone got it. I think it's Asim, Celium, Zuma, Scraps, Trey.
Yeah.
I don't think I think 100 Thieves are. I think 100 Thieves will.
Yeah, I think
The way they were
100
going
Thieves
at
do.
for Fort Worth, they could have
Yeah, I
they
think-
could have done it.
I definitely think 100 Thieves will win it. I don't know why. And I don't even watch much COD, but
mean-
what I did watch of them, they're really good.
This game is just like who's going to play better in that series, kind of.
Problem with this game is so hard to predict because
Yeah.
the game is not that skillful. It's very, very inconsistent. There's too many inconsistencies on this game to control to be classed
Yeah,
as
100%.
skillful. So much RNG. People complain that Fortnite's not a skillful game because of RNG. This game has RNG, a lot of RNG as well.
A good game will have a team that is dominant.
Consistent.
Because
consistency.
like World War Two last year, you had a couple of teams, which is understandable, like Rise, Red. Like look at your complexity era. They just absolutely dominated everyone because they were the best team in the game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, a skillful game is a game that has the perfect blend of mechanical skill, so gunfights, shooting, all of that, but then strategic skill as well. So
Yeah.
teamwork, strats.
This is more just communicate as much as you can and just headbutt.
Headbutt, yeah. So that's where you're going to get a lot of inconsistencies. It's hard to predict. Look at the results on this game. You've got teams who
Like Midnight beat 100 Thieves in the
Yeah.
Pro League qualifier, and they were ass before.
Yeah.
there's no best team in the game at the
No.
moment. Look at Denial when they beat Optic, right? Can't remember,
Yeah.
They beat someone good.
No, Splice. They beat Splice in the Pro League
Yeah.
when they were like Norton 5 or something, and they just randomly beat
it's
Splice.
so random. Like, there is a lot of randomness to it.
Yeah. So it's just hard to say.
On the topic of Cull, Catalyst asks, best Dynasty team of all time.
Complexity.
The complexity one, yeah.
They were so dominant on a game that required multiple different skill set, like
Yeah.
multiple different skill sets. On this game, you just need one particular skill set. On that game, you needed to be a well-rounded, a well-skilled, a good Call of Duty player to do what they did. That's my opinion.
Beautiful.
Well,
Last but not least, Seal says, best EU team of all time and why?
Best EU team of all time.
It's a bit hard because you got like the Epsilon teams back in the day,
Yeah,
but
like
it
the
wasn't
Honourable
really
Millennium
they
teams.
didn't play as much over like against like the top NA teams, but they were like dominated Europe.
I
Yeah.
think
Then
the EGL, I think it was EGL 8, the last Mod 3 event that featured Josh and Madcat, because they took down an Optic team who were just smoking everybody. So I think the team with Madcat and Josh, I think they're called, I can't remember what they're called. Don't know, but
Yeah,
someone
Ray said the
knows.
Black Ops 3 Millennium team. I didn't watch Black Ops 3, but they were decent,
Yeah.
obviously. But then they had their issue at champs, so like that must
Yeah,
have been a pain in the
That was
ass.
not much you could do through that though.
You
And
had
then
the Spliced IW team.
and the Red Reserve World War Two, but Red
Yeah.
didn't actually win anything, did they? On World War
No.
Two. I know they were unreal, they were
Yeah.
amazing, but they didn't.
Okay, they're called TCM. So Flux, Rich, Mad
Oh
Control.
yeah, TCM. There it is.
They-
Louis knows TCM. There it is. Right, but Javid, thank you very much for coming on.
It was a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure talking to you about COD and ranting. Lovely.
It was fun, mate. It was fun.
So yeah, Game of Focus is going to be out soon. Obviously, we've released all 4 of our brand new flavors on our Twitter. Make sure to follow at Game of Focus GG. It will all be revealed soon, and we will be at London giving out free samples. You may have to answer like a little quiz or something to win it, so you're not just going to get it. And we'll be like updating everyone with what's going on, where we're selling it, etc., in the next coming weeks. But yeah, thank you very much, Javid. Obviously, thank you, Luke, again.
It was a pleasure.
And we will see you all. How many kills did you ever get? 0. We will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.